Hello, Tech App students. This is Coach Golden. I am here to talk to you a little bit about the Pinwheel program that we're going to be creating. Um, Wanted to give you some tips and things that I've seen where we kind of mess up a little bit. That way, you know going in what we need to do. Um, what we have here is a finished product of the Pinwheel. We have 3 pinwheels and then 3 bases over here. The bases have no code in them at all, of course. We just draw those here in the costumes section. But the pinwheels, they all have code, and they all have pretty much the same code. In fact, exactly the same code. But there's a couple things that we need to talk about before we get started. Number one, you certainly want to make your pinwheels and bases in separate sprites. So you should have 3 bases as well as 3 pinwheels. Um, for me, the colors of the pinwheels don't matter. Make them look neat, make them look cool. Um, but you definitely want to make sure that your pinwheels are separate from the bases. If not, whenever you click to spin the pinwheels, the whole thing will spin, base, pinwheel, and all. So make sure that the bases are separate from the pinwheels. Um, Also, I want to talk to you about whenever you create your pinwheels. If I click on one of the pinwheels here and I go over to costumes, we need to make sure that they are right in the center of the canvas. So if I take this out, I select it using this tool here, and I take this out, you can see that there's a little gray kind of crosshair looking thing like that. If I left this over here where it is, and that's the dead center of the canvas, then I'll leave this over here and I go to play. And I go to play this. Oops, it moved back on me. Hang on just a second. Let me select it once again. I want to move it up over here. There we go. I'll move that back down. So even if we move it back down like this, if we have it off to the side and hit the green flag to run it and spin it, you can see it all gets wonky. Even if I didn't do it that obvious, even if I made it like just off center a little bit, like right here, and I moved it up here where it's supposed to go, whenever I click it, you can see how it kind of turns like a flat tire. It kind of just doesn't spin right. So what I really need to make sure that I do on this is create it where that is dead center right there like that. Now I can move it back to where it needs to go, hit the green flag, and now it spins completely on center. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was in the code. This spin speed variable that you create. A lot of kids that I've seen, whenever they go to create a variable, they leave this box checked for all sprites. We need to make sure when we create the spin speed variable, we click for this sprite only. That way they spin independently. If I do it for all sprites here, whenever I click one, they're all going to spin. So I need to make sure that I use for this sprite only. And then create the spin speed variable. So just kind of going over the code here, when you click the green flag, it automatically sets the spin speed to 0. And then in a forever loop, we're going to have it turn spin speed degrees. So right now, its spin speed is set to 0. Whenever I click this sprite, if it's less than 5, if the spin speed is less than 5, whenever I first click it, it's going to be 0. Then it's setting spin speed to 5 automatically. And then as I keep clicking it, spin speed gets multiplied by 1.5. So if I keep clicking, it's going to multiply that. Now in here, this is where it slows down. If I stop clicking it, if I'm not clicking it, which will happen over here, no matter how fast it's going, see, whenever I'm clicking it, it starts highlighting, and then where I'm not clicking, it's running this, and it's going to slow it down by setting the spin speed to spin speed times 9.98. So that's less than 1. If I had that set at 1, it would just keep turning at the same speed. But every time it goes through this loop, it slows it down because it's multiplying the spin speed by less than 1. So it means it's going slower. And then once it gets to less than 0.5, it sets it to 0. That allows it to stop. So those are very important things to have. Now you can almost, I think you can copy and paste these codes into each one once you've done it for one, but make sure that you do it for the first one. And I think you can just drag it and drop it into any of the pinwheels after you've completed it for just one. So hope that helps. Hope that makes it a little bit easier for you, and hope we don't get follow those, and you shouldn't get tripped up too much on this. I'll be back to talk about the next project here in a day or two, and hope y'all have fun. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.